Well, there you go. Welcome, everybody. We are back doing not a blah, but something a bit different, a studio show, blame me. During all of our ghost hunts, we haven't done one of these in the longest time, so we're really looking forward to it. And thanks to so many of you for getting excited about it. I saw your messages beforehand, so thanks to Mark and also Stephen Finnegan with hair upon his chin again. We have with us, of course, Kenny, who's live on air next to his New York wallpaper. And we've got Hollywood McShane, who's also kind of echoing a bit of New York, according to his chest. And he's gone the alien green look.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So tonight, I think it's stunning to think that it's over a year that we've been doing these things now. And we've tried to bring as many new and different things as we possibly can. We've got a lot more coming. If these kind of shows are successful, we will continue to drop the odd one of these in too. It's up to you. Let us know what you think by the time we get to the end. But we hope you'll stay with us and we shall give you our top 10. But we can't start there. We're also going to give you tonight some of the backstage stuff that nobody ever gets to hear about, because Tony and I and Kenny have traveled all over the world doing strange, ghostly and spooky things. So we'll give you one or two of, you'll never believe, did that, what? I can't, it's like broadcasting in some disgusting places, because you got to remember it's radio. So you've just got to keep going no matter what happens. And there was one that was TV and radio simultaneously that I have to tell you about that was really super funny, and I think you'll find that funny too. Also, talking about a modern-day murder with ghostly repercussions, we were asked about skinwalkers, Wendigos, werewolves, lycanthropes, ancient dog gods, and all of that we'll get into tonight. We also going to tell you the story of Old Stinker that's just down the road. That's not about Kenny. It's about a spirit demon thing that lives quite close to us. And also, over the weeks, you guys have asked me a lot of questions about a lot of things, and most of them are to do with places and ghostly habnabs. Now, one was about a place in Northumberland, kind of Cramlington way. There's another one that's Cumbria, and the more important one that this lady sent me about 15 A4 sheets about the different things that she's experienced when she visited somewhere that a great many of you have been to, have visited, and we've been there. We've even gigged there, Kenny and I. So we've looked into it and the whole story. Everything about that place comes out. We got 3 very, very juicy ghost stories and an awful lot more besides. So let's get to it. Our top 10 can't start until, well, we look at a few of the things that didn't make the 10. Now, there's actually 4, but we're going to talk about 3 of them because we've got images to go with them. Now, the first one, we were invited to a hall in Blyth. And I must admit, Kenny and I enjoy going to Blyth particularly. And I don't know what it is. There's just something, when we get to Blyth, stuff goes on. We've had incredible success in Blyth. But we also met somebody for the very first time. And it was a lady who came with us until something smashed her. And we've always taken huge amounts of care because Gwendoline was, I'm using past tense, an ancient doll. How old was she? And tell us.
She was 127.
Yeah.
I know. We've got our sidekick, Ted. He's still alive and, kicking, but...
The natural Ted is string and bone.
Yeah.
But the thing was, Tony instantly became transfixed, and a fairly unpleasant and dubious relationship opened up because Tony wasn't allowed in the house with Gwendoline once the thing became ours. So let's go back to the day we met Gwen.
In the auction house it was.
It was. I've never known candles give off such little light. Look at it. You'd think a candle would light up a room. Look. There's no hint of light from it.
It's not, is it?
Not much.
Definitely not much.
Strange, wasn't it?
Did you hear a voice from through there?
Truthfully, I didn't.
Listen.
I hear breathing. Like a breath.
I heard something through there. It's off again.
It's off again, look. Oh my God, it's off again. Oh my God!
Look at the
pendulum.
pendulum.
Ooh!
That's more like it.
Oh, nah.
That was both together. I heard a voice. I heard breathing. You heard breathing.
I heard breathing.
Then the ball
And
went.
again, I've just heard breathing again there.
And we were all in there. The light and the pendulum simultaneously.
That is weird.
That's brilliant. Whoever suggested the mirror, actually, come back and cruise past the mirror. Move out the way so that they don't get us. I'm half expecting the candles to be blown out.
That is weird.
I just heard it like
I heard like
like a whisper.
Oh,
She's off again.
Oh, there?
Never let down Gwen. That's, yeah.
But they shouldn't. They should go off for a certain period of time and then stop.
Exactly. She's
Not
trying, I think she's trying to speak to her, to be fair. There's
Well,
some
speak
things.
to us. Please speak to us.
Are you trying to tell us your name? Are you trying to tell us?
I think she wants to communicate.
I love how invested you all are.
I know. Poor
Can
Gwen.
I say that, I mean, we're getting people saying, poor Gwen and all the rest. Mina, thank you very much. And very creepy. Martin, no, I get the creepiness of the whole dog. It creeped the hell out of me, says David. Yeah, absolutely. That was amazing. Loved this night. Thank you, Gene. It's just surprising when you look back. David says, I don't think I've seen this. You got to concentrate more. That's the magic of becoming a supporter, because they're all there and you can watch them anytime you like, which is great. You can drip feed them and have a look. And the more you look, the more you see. Because to be honest, you guys have always found more than we have. Isn't that the case? I mean, the amount of times that on a blah, you guys come forward to say, how come you didn't mention that full-bodied apparition? That and you kind of go, whoop, and then you show us it. It's fantastic. We've got one such thing. We've got a lot tonight because this is the top 10. We haven't even started the top 10 yet. So let's rock on to another clip. Now,
The clip isn't ready yet, so I'm just finding it.
okay.
I need a bit longer.
The thing about the doll, though, I loved how invested. And people say, "Oh, poor. Oh, she was lovely." You know, no, she wasn't. She was scary looking, and when it was instantly an attraction amongst the crew, I think both Kenny and I looked at each other and thought, this is what happens when people fall in love. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You become
Yeah.
an instant obsession.
Yeah,
And
totally.
and then of course Tony wouldn't take it in his house because he felt that it was cursed, and stuff happened around it. I can't deny much more than Supernatural Ted.
Yeah.
You can't really argue about that but that day that she shattered, there was something creepy about that too. And we were in the little theatre on Lowfell in Gateshead, and we got Gwen to place her like we would. And when we went to her, she was in like 50 pieces. Yet, the centerpiece of her face was the only thing that was left that was bigger than about a quarter of an inch or a half an inch. And it looked, we were in the theatre, remember, it looked like that BAFTA picture, you know, the BAFTA award. It looked just like that. So there was something about Gwendolyn. There's no question about it. So the fact that Tony's back tells me that our next one's in place. Now, this next thing was certainly, because when we did the top 10, all three of us kind of put our heads together about stuff, about the ones that we felt had to be in the 10.
And use, because we put the poll out as well.
And we put the poll out yesterday, so everything then got rearranged again today, and some went out and some came in. But when we were saying that each one of us, our top fives should be in. Now, we managed to do that with all of them except one. Now, the one that didn't make it, I want to talk about very briefly, and that was the one that you placed at number 1, and yet the number of votes that everybody else put in didn't put it there. Explain what it is and tell us why it was so important.
Right. I think it was important because we were in Bensham. You went in the room and you said, if you're here, if there's anything, give us a sign. Immediately you said that, the door slammed shut.
This is not the clip. This is not the right order here. We're talking about the theatre now.
Do you have that clip for later, Tony?
It's for later, yes, but that's not the one.
Well, that's all right.
That's not not one we're playing yet.
That's fine. Now that was one that, but that's an extra clip. It's not the ones we've got for the moment.
Yes,
it didn't.
It's Kenny's number 1.
But we'll be able to see. We'll be able to see Kenny's bit a little bit later on. But the next one was another one of Kenny's choices, and it was the one that I thought was so completely different. We'd done a couple of radio shows at this place, and yet when you do a visual version, it's very different. You've got to set different types of traps, and obviously we didn't have a load of listeners with us as we did on the radio versions, and yet the Tyne Theatre and Opera House really proved to be incredible. Downstairs, where a lot of the stage winding gear is where the wall exists between the theatre and a Jewish cemetery, and we got all kinds there. Just before we see the images, or just some of the images, because we got a lot there, we also had, we'd set like tissue traps.
That's
and they all fired. They all came
It's in
down.
the clip.
Is it? Oh, brilliant. Hey, let's just play it and then we'll talk about it. Tyne Theatre.
Move the angle. Oh, hang on.
That is moving like. Oh my God. That is definitely.
But hang on, is there any breeze? How can there be breeze in here? Take it off there, Billy. Take it off.
That's definitely moving.
Take it off, Billy.
Is anybody there? Knock back. Oh, did you hear that?
You heard that, didn't you?
There's definitely a knock.
This is in the pitch black. Don't know how much we'll be able to. I'm seeing orbs already on the screen, Tony.
Oh, God.
Yep. There's stuff down here.
Isn't it?
Oh,
You're going to see the other side of that.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We're just going to hear Alan now, because if I go down there, the signal,
I have no light.
the signal will go.
Oh, past the cobweb.
So I'm just going to get to a place where
This is where little Billy
we can
died.
pick the signal up. Alan's
Oh,
down there.
Just under my feet. There's still a way to go. Oh, there's more stairs. There's more stairs down further. Something's just touched me on the right-hand side. I've just swung around. Yeah, Billy's still here. Is that you, Billy? Is that you, Billy? Come on, Bill. Billy. Come on. He moved. I see you. I see all the orbs that you're sending me. I see all of them. Can you see me?
Yeah.
All I'm doing is walking around with a necromancer so you can hear it. You know downstairs where you saw the orbs? Multiplied by 10.
Wow.
But I've seen big things. Oh, there was a big white thing move past me in the far corner.
You see that
Explain
red
this if
thing
you
there
can.
too?
Explain this if you can. Billy, send all of your friends out. Tell them it's time for them to play.
I heard a voice there.
I heard a whisper.
Yeah.
I heard a whisper.
Look at that, man.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Now, if you want to see the place where he died, it's here. Just through here, Kenny. Tony's got the light on up the top. Hi, everybody. We're down here. I wish we could bring you down, but hopefully Kenny's doing a good job.
Just in there.
If you look at the bottom, you see how in
Oh
the
my
corner there's
God.
a slightly different coloured...
Look at all the orbs there.
I know, but you see there's a slightly different coloured
Yeah,
render
yeah.
in that corner. I think that's the thing that they replaced.
Got it there, look.
You see the stuff moving?
All kinds of stuff moving. Look at it.
But I had, and hopefully people will be able to see it, I had, oh look at that.
See that one? Oh, look at that!
I had in them, I had a full figure thing in the middle though. And sometimes you walk through.
God, look at that. Look at that.
What is that?
Look at it. Oh my God.
That's Billy. We've just seen Billy again.
That was incredible.
And the thing is,
That was incredible.
You're seeing us at the moment saying that. When people at home put those two things together, you will be blown away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the camera there. Now, that is facing the very, just to give me a hand so that I can put this necromancer on to do his thing. Are we staying live, Tony?
That orb just sitting there.
Come on,
Almost like it's, well, there's another one. Look at that, turned
Billy, I
white,
want you to show yourself.
sailed
now.
down almost like an angel. Look at that,
Come on,
there's
Billy,
another.
now's your moment. Come on, Billy.
Look at that,
Come on, Billy.
look at that.
Now's the time.
Did you see the mist?
Are you here, Billy?
He's just watching us back, isn't he?
Are you here, Billy?
Yeah, definitely.
All the other orbs are moving around, but that one's just staying, watching,
Come on, Billy.
keeping an eye on us.
Show yourself. I'll try and get the camera for that. Come on, Billy.
Because you're watching that orb that we believe is energy watching us,
Died, Billy.
you're kind of missing the Star Wars that's going on everywhere else.
Yeah. It is amazing
Would you
though.
like to climb in there?
There's another one.
That mist in the corner was weird.
That mist was amazing. Oh,
There we go.
wow. Was pretty good.
You
But I
forget,
mean,
don't
when
you?
we talked about the tissues moving, there was one moment where we were all down on the bottom and one of the tissues came from one of the top floors and sailed all the way down to the ground as well. So
Yeah.
I thought that was incredible. And these are the ones that haven't made the top 10.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Brad. Now, we're going to...
We've
So
got a
that one-
caller that I've said that I'd call now. So
Okay.
do you mind if I just give him a ring?
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
So this is the mess. If you want to come on as well, just text on WhatsApp and we can call you back. So this is
I'll get it.
Anthony. Anthony's an undergraduate at Newcastle Uni and the science editor of a newspaper. He's writing an article about haunted buildings in the campus. And he just wants to talk about all things
Stuff. That's fair enough.
haunted. So you're going to hear the ringing. We do things a different way. We're testing it out. We're trialing it out. And hopefully
This is where we
it will
hope it
work.
all works.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello, Alan. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, you're on air with us now. What can we do for you, Anth?
Brilliant. Well, I'm the science sub-editor for the Courier, which is Newcastle University's paper,
Right.
and so I'm not a believer. I'm very much like believe in the scientific method, but I do just have a general interest in the paranormal, that kind of thing. I find it interesting, and really, I just thought I'd ring in and ask. I'm doing a little bit of research for an article, which I've taken on today,
Sure.
and it's about haunted buildings on the campus. So I'm just curious if you've actually performed any ghost hunts, or if you've actually heard of any stories, any phenomena that's been reported from either students over the years, or if there's anything you've actually done on the campus.
We haven't done much on the campus ghost related. We did a talk once, like a kind of a lecture on all things paranormal, and you got very much, it was about 50-50. Half believed, the other half, I think, even if you don't believe, you kind of want to believe that there's something more than what we've got at the present moment. And we got a really good debate out of it. However, the proof of the pudding is I was the most skeptical. And for years on the radio show, I used to say to people, I don't believe in any of it. You're taking drugs. You've had a drink. You've watched a horror film the night before and it's a bad dream. You're imagining it. I went through all of those. And then about 2 or 3 years of telling people that it's all rubbish and it doesn't exist, I then saw something, a darkness moving that I couldn't place. And so you think, in your head, you say, it's a car headlights casting a shadow. I'm imagining it can't be real. I don't believe in this stuff. And I did that 3 or 4 times. And then I saw something else that I couldn't put into a category that made any sense. And since then, I've become kind of obsessed in looking. And even still, I discount 95%. But the reality is, there is a small percentage of things that don't have any explanation. Now, I get the whole science thing. I get it. But then again, if we were going to quote that, we will have to say energy can't be destroyed. And we know that life energy has to go somewhere when someone dies because it can't dissipate. So you could say, well, where does it go? If you ask me what I really think deep down, I think it's kind of like the room that you're in now or the room that I'm in. We've got right at this second all of the energy channels for television, satellite television, telephones, radio station signals. They're all buzzing around. Now imagine if our life is just one channel and there's thousands of channels. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. But that's the fascination of it, because nobody's ever really nailed it. However, I have seen clearly, I'm not an idiot, I have seen clearly things that I can't put in any other category but ghost. Physically seen with my eyes. I've been with 2s and 3s of people who have seen what I have seen. And I don't know what it is unless you call it a ghost. And I know you're not convinced, and that's fine. I wasn't convinced for years. And then one day you see something, and suddenly you've got to kind of say, well, it's none of this, and it's not of that, and it's not the other. What the hell is it then? And if you want to have things like unidentified, instead of flying objects, things, well, own up to the fact that you don't know what they are. And until somebody has a better name for them, I'll call them ghosts, spirits, energy of some kind. And all of the people that have said all this soft, easy slap downs for ghosts. I took a newspaper journalist from the Chronicle once on a ghost hunt, never believed in ghosts. At the end of the night, he said, I know there was something in that room with me. And he got it, because you've got to go looking. It's like people say, well, somebody once said to me, I'm 45 years old and I've never seen a ghost, so they obviously don't exist. And I said, have you ever gone looking for them? And he said, no. Using that rule of thumb, you'd not have found a butterfly, a woodlouse. Do you know what I mean? There's stuff out there that takes a bit of explaining. And I hope you get a taste of it. I mean, the stuff that you're doing scientifically, there's no scientific reasoning of somebody who goes into a house and said, oh, this feels really dark and depressing, even if it's not dark particularly. But that's how everybody buys a house or rents a flat. You go into a place. What's the
Well, I
feeling?
don't believe for a second that humans are completely rational. I think we're very irrational beings.
Yeah, I think so too.
By sort of that logic, I feel like it's almost an irrational thing. Like you say, if you want to believe it, you did say at the start of the call, you want to believe in those things, and
I think a lot of people do.
Like a projection
didn't.
of your own emotions and your feelings, and
Yeah,
for
but
me,
I
that's where it
actually
comes from.
wanted.
But I am open-minded if I could be presented some sort of solid evidence, which would make me actually change. And I guess it has to be an experiential thing. You'd have to actually experience it in order.
Yeah,
And I guess I haven't
think-
had that experience.
No,
But then
I get
again,
that.
something inside of me would say there's something in my perception or something in my cognitive functioning where I've sort of connected the dots, and I've either hallucinated or I've imagined it, or even, your brain shifts in different ways, different wavelengths, even in sleep and things. You hear about not sleep demons, I've got a proper name, like night terrors and things, where you see like a demon sitting on the end of your bed. I think there's a very famous painting of that image.
Yeah, but what do
which
you
is
do
just,
though
it's a
when-
phenomenon that's been reported across history, So I
It
wonder,
has. But how do you explain when somebody else has witnessed something dark on someone's chest?
again, it's something that I feel like the physicist or someone, then again, a lot of what we can perceive as human beings can't be measured, and a lot of what makes up the universe we don't really know a lot about, which is why I'm bringing in. Really, it's kind of, the original question was just if you knew of any stories, anything interesting about any of the buildings, anything like that, but it doesn't sound like you've been on the university campus and know anything, because it is a fairly old university.
No, it is
was
absolutely.
originally-
And if you go across the road from some of the university buildings to the old civic centre, some of the ground between the civic centre, across the top of Percy Street to where the campus is, that was an old plague pit, and people say that they've seen stuff, moving mist that looks like it's got figures in it and that kind of thing. And there was a lot of that in the 50s, early 60s, and some Newcastle University students registered that at the time. In fact, some of the earliest ghost vigils were Newcastle Uni students looking at looking for any kind of evidence of the plague pit. But as I say, I am always happiest to go out ghost walking with people like yourselves, because you get the biggest surprise if you get anything. And I understand, I always look for the 95%. And if it's 95%, if it's in that 95%, you shrug your shoulders and say, it was a noise on the street with a bit of dust, it was a fleck, it was a this, it was a that. You try and find the 5% that you can't give an explanation to. Now, whether you like it or not, science has a huge area of what it doesn't know. And I like to believe that some of this fits into that category too. But good luck on your research. We're going to get back to this.
Thank you.
But thanks very much for calling in. I appreciate it. And I hope you find what you're looking for.
No, it's my pleasure. Have a good night, Alan.
Nice man.
See you
You
later.
too. Bless you. All the best. Hey, never, ever worry about somebody that doesn't believe. And my tale about that is the military family that I took to a place in Ireland called Charleville Castle. They were all military people. One was a colonel. The father was a colonel. One son was a Marine cadet. His daughter was a staff sergeant, hard as nails. None of them believed. And she was the first one to physically run out. And this is somebody that runs towards the gunfire. And she couldn't cope with the pressure and the tension. And she saw something, it freaked her out, and she was out the door. Because if if you're a regular ghost proponent, somebody that goes out and looks and seeks, you're less likely to ever run. You might get a shock, you might jump, but you'll not run. And that's the difference, which is why I always took skeptics on ghost hunts, because they are the ones that will scream, oh, yeah, you go, wise angel. There are no pictures of my great grandma, yet I was able to describe her clearly to my mum when she visited me in my room when I was 13. I was only a baby when she died, so I don't remember her at all, but paid a visit. Now, you see, did that really happen? Some people say, well, no, it's just imagination. But how can you describe somebody you've never met?
Exactly.
It's that super cool thing. I still remember the one he did in 1999 when he did something with a mirror, chicken blood, and a candle. Super scary night. It was, Paul. And more to come, man. More to come. But let's get on with what we're doing. The Time Theatre we've done. Oh, hang on. Alan, did you ever see something when you were working at your old firm? The old building, I never did. No, I didn't. But a lot of people told me that upstairs, because it was an old pump room first, and a guy hanged himself on the top floor, what we called the sales floor, where all the salespeople work. And people would regularly come down and say, it was there again this morning when I came in. And it was almost like a shadow of someone hanging. And you couldn't see anybody hanging. But if you looked on the floor, it looked like the shadow of someone hanging. And you looked around to see what could be making that shadow, and there wasn't anything. So I didn't see anything, but I know a lot of people who did. And I mean, it was about every 2 to 3 weeks, somebody would come back and say, I can't go upstairs, not at the minute, there's something there. So I never saw it. Other people did. Right. The last one of, before we even get to the top 10, and look at the time flying
And
by.
we've got a couple of calls waiting as well, so that'll be spread out.
Great. Well, it was just when we went to the Lytton Phil, a lot of people had said to us, the Lytton Phil is definitely haunted. And when we were there, something happened that we could not possibly have anticipated. We've asked for actual footage, CCTV footage for this, and we're not getting it because presumably for health and safety issues. But when we were in there, none of us were anywhere near where this thing happened, and it was incredible. Just play the clip, Tony. The Lytton Phil, Newcastle.
Oh, God. What the hell was that?
The top of a lamp fell off.
Jesus. It's rocking as well.
Well, I know the front of it's just fallen off.
Ball's going as well.
The ball's going.
The ball was just going there.
No,
How
if I get that, Kenny,
What?
you see that lamp?
What lamp?
The one I'm pointing at.
That one?
The front of it's just fallen off onto the floor.
Oh
just
my
fell off.
God, it's smashed and everything.
Oh, my God.
It really has. The ball is going off as well. Look. Look.
The orbs as well, all over the place.
It's in pieces. Oh my God, they'll not be happy with this.
Yeah.
We were nowhere near it.
Body cam.
Broken, look.
How the hell? That must have been up there for years.
That is incredible. Look.
Did you catch any of it on camera?
Well, we heard the smash and I saw it rocking a bit.
Oh my,
How can that fall off there?
Look, it's swinging. It's moving.
Of course it is.
God. I mean, that's unbelievable. No one can reach that.
It's moving.
Yeah, it's
That is
moving.
what is going to be underneath this?
We were just underneath it.
Now, you cannot fake that. There's no one can reach that lamp up there. It's in the middle of the room. No, there's no way in the world anyone can reach it.
Is it plastic or
It's plastic. And it's just went and done that when we're here.
Should we tell
And it's
the...
in pieces, look. Look at this, it's in pieces. You'll not be happy with us.
Should we tell them? I mean, that's
Tell
quite...
them after.
It's quite a big thing.
Yeah, but tell them afterwards because we want to continue with this. We don't
Oh
want
no,
to
I
get
I don't think you throw out, but
stopped. That
don't know, what
is
do you
incredible. It's moving.
we weren't
There's
near it.
orbs here as well. That the ball went off as well, you know.
Did it?
The ball was going off as
Yeah,
a
because
walk.
I think part of it hit the chairs, they hit the table.
Ah, I cannot see any part across here, man.
No, it's quite far away. The camera's on that
No,
room,
it's
Kenny.
smashed here, Alan. All the bits are here, look.
All the bits are down
In
there.
fact, there's another bit there, look. It's all over here. That is incredible.
Look at this. Look. There's all the bits.
Amazing.
Well, you've got it all on camera, Tony.
No explanation
Wow.
at
There's
all.
all the bits.
Hasn't smashed any of the books or anything down there, has it?
I love the fact that we're
That's
more
amazing.
worried about our financial
That is
footprint
crazy.
here.
How can that?
Yeah, in case we're going to be given a bill. But that was amazing. And I actually saw it happen. I was at the top of the stairs. Tony, as you can see, where the camera was working his way up.
Yeah, we would.
Kenny was
Were we
at
with the other side? We were
the
just
opposite
down there.
side of
Could
the
have hit
room.
one.
I just heard the noise. I went, what the hell was that? I thought it was a boot falling.
Unbelievable.
That
This
is
place, man.
unbelievable. Look how far up that is.
Yeah.
And I did ask for the CCTV many times, but
So another thing moving.
no
You don't
one's
get it.
There's the
no one's.
You not get it. No, but the interesting thing was, it fell, and I know everybody who ever has an accident says it happened in slow motion. It wasn't as if it really rattled from side to side a lot. What happened was, it was almost like that cloth falling from the Tyne Theatre is just, and then it was moving. It was almost like unbelievable to me that I was seeing that happen. And it was only when it actually crashed that I realized, blimey, that isn't something that's light and feathery, you know, like a bit of tissue or something. It was actually a huge, hard plastic light cover. But what's the chances? We were in there for 1 hour, 40 minutes, pretty much. After 40 years, what's the chances that it's going to be that 1 hour, 40 minutes that something happens?
And they do ghost hunts in there quite often as well. So
Yeah,
it's,
absolutely. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think we should get to number 10.
Yeah.
Tony, because we're not far from splitting the screen. So,
well, number 10
what's number 10 in our top 10?
is
Ghost
Chillingham Castle. A few things happened, and you and Kenny had like a thing walking back from the castle.
did.
So I'll
Remember it.
put this in now. It's a few minutes long.
Let's have it. Chillingham Castle, everybody.
It was our Halloween show last year.
In all directions too, that's the thing. Look at those witch mounds. There's trees growing, I presume, out of people's...
There was a low thud. Like a dull, low thud.
Don't low noise, right. Heard a slight noise up there.
Yeah.
The bat's just missed Kenny's head by about 3 inches.
Just give that just a quick burst again.
Let's give it another try. Oh, stop!
Stop.
Why do you want us to stop?
The others. The others out.
Who are the others? You want the others out too? Why do you want them out? Why do you want the others out? Speak to us. That was clear.
Very clear. Normal.
You want things normal. That means you don't want us here. Are you glad that we're here to see you? Yeah, I think so. Will you always stay here? Yeah. Do you not know where to go? Do you not know how to move to the next place? Oh, look at this. Just opening wider. You don't understand. Because she doesn't know how to move on, she stays here. Are you comfortable here? Yeah, you're comfortable. Well, we thank you. We thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it. Do you mind if we keep looking? Is it okay for us to look around some more? Because this is your home. Can we stay here a while? Yeah. Yeah. No major objection. Blimey.
There's the bells.
Look, do you see mist?
Oh my God, look at that.
Can you see it?
Look at that.
Look. Can you see it?
There.
Tony, are you getting it?
See it? I'm not sure if the camera can.
Go
Oh.
closer.
What the hell? Can you see that in the
What is it?
look?
That's ridiculous.
That's like in Holy Island when it was here.
Oh, look,
In the
it's, but it's
graveyard,
climbing,
look.
it's climbing.
It's right over there.
You see, look.
What the hell is that?
Look at it. It's moving. But it's moving up. Isn't it?
It's definitely. Can you actually see that?
Are you getting any of this, Tony? Are you getting it on your chest cam, Kenny?
I don't know.
There's something
Oh my word.
climbing and like moving, almost like it was moving ahead of us.
It's coming from here.
Amazing. Amazing. What the hell is that?
It's still there. It's here, look. Look at me torchlight. Can you see that?
I'm not getting any on mine.
Oh, look.
Might just be the power of
Look.
yours. Oh, look. No, I'm not getting the same as yours. But no, that it's stuff like rising. What rises from a cemetery?
That's from here.
That's just crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
That was just the weirdest thing again.
But look, if you look up, Kenny, with your beam,
Yeah.
there's nothing in it.
No?
There's nothing in it now.
This is just absolutely crazy. What the what? What was that?
Did you hear something? Right, like a whisper.
Just
in your ear?
here?
I got something that kind of went, but it was right in my ear. Like, you know, somebody's.
Do you know, when I shouted there, did you hear the
What did you see?
it echoed? There was like something just said, right, just there. Just there.
Well, it was right in front of your camera.
Yeah.
The camera will have picked it up.
We've both got mics, so that'll pick it up.
Oh, jeepers.
That was just absolutely crazy.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was the strangest thing. If you can imagine, we were like side by side, you and I, Kenny.
Yeah.
And it was almost like there was another head in between both of our heads, but simultaneously
At the same,
whispered in both of, and I don't know how it's possible, but something like whispered in both of our ears simultaneously, and it felt like there was somebody, like we bumped into somebody.
pushed away between us.
You know, if you were walking down a street and that had happened, you'd have gone, oh, excuse me, you know, like you'd walked onto a little woman or something. So I can't explain it, but I heard a voice in my ear, and it was like almost like, oh, hang on, I can't step forward because there's something immediately in front of us, almost as if it kind of elbowed the two of us apart. It was the weirdest thing, and that's Chillingham. It's the last thing we expected. Cosmic ascension. Death is an illusion. As everything has its polar opposite. Life is the opposite of death. We live a mortal life. The opposite of mortal is immortal. Well, I hope so. Give me a couple of nights of immortal, please. Wise angel. My dog used to leave me dead mice on my pillow. He's a lurcher. Apparently, when your pet leaves you a present, whether it's alive or dead, it means they love you.
Wow.
Well, my cat once left me about 12, maybe 14 turds behind me settee till I found it. I was wondering where the smell was, but I'm fairly sure that wasn't how much he loved me. Trust me, he was a little beast. So number 10, Chillingham. Now, Chillingham over the years has gifted us with 1,000 things and amazing calls from people. Absolutely tremendous. So let's go straight on to number 9. What's at number 9?
Yeah, number 9's actually an old radio show. We get asked for this a lot, and it was when we went to Crook Hall, and the guy saw the white lady. I think he was called Ryan, wasn't he?
Ryan was great. So let me quickly say, Ryan was one of those people, kind of like our university chap from earlier on, Anthony there, who I don't believe in any of this. What I do for a living, we talk about this all the time. I don't believe it. It's all a pile of rubbish. I need to be proven. I need to see it for myself. That was Ryan. We took him to Crook Hall. Now, obviously, you're not going to see the pictures because this was a radio event, but you'll be able to hear everything that happened to him. There's about 6 or 7 minutes of it. Bear with it. It is worth it. Enjoy.
Best of luck in here.
Right, thanks.
Leave it to
Right, no worries.
changes in temperature in this are going to be
Immense.
immense, and it's going to start feeling weird.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
But active area, that chair.
Right. So I'm going to stand right next to it.
Also around where I'm standing.
Oh yeah. Right.
But you've got the old haunted stairway.
Yep.
behind you, but there seem to be quite something. Right, we'll get to
Right.
it.
Cheers. Thanks. Right. Kenny and Richard and Tony just leaving there now. So looks like I'm in, as Alan says, what he thinks is the most haunted room in the house. And I can tell you, it is without saying you sense when you're in here is the temperature change is amazing. And that's one thing, as you walk around you can feel the temperature change over and over again from one bit to the other. I can hear the white noises there. And I'm hoping that was them leaving, because if not, then that was really loud. As I sit in the room, there's chairs, there's a fireplace, that's just going, whoa, there you go, there's a light flicking. And there you're seeing, as you look around, there's a fireplace. The fireplace is just going out, so you can smell the fire going out. And there's chairs, a table in front of us with flowers on. There's a stairway in the corner where it's dark. And I can hear the white noise in the background. I can see the light there. I'll go over towards the light, see if anything happens. I know one thing when you come in these rooms. Oh, there you've just walked into the table. I know one thing when you come in these rooms, your mouth goes so dry. It's unbelievable. I don't know if that's nerves or it's the rooms or there's light moving. But I can hear the white noise behind us. I'm just going to keep walking about carefully so I don't hit anything. So I don't want to break anything. So I've just heard a noise there in the corner. I thought it was Wow, there's a noise coming. Just heard a voice. I just heard a voice. There, can you hear it at the white? Can you hear the white noise? I've got tingles and goosebumps. I am not even joking you. My whole body is now got goosebumps. It's... Whoa, can you hear that talking? I can hear voices. You've got to be able to hear them. Can you pick them up? Someone breathing down the thing. I can hear breath. My body is on edge. Wow. Oh, I hear someone squeaking. This is not good. Oh, can you hear that? That's where the white noise is. Wow, that is crazy. No, that I can't explain. I've got goosebumps everywhere. Shh. Can you hear that? It sounds like a little girl's voice. Now my heart is racing. There you go, there's a white noise again. Now it sounds like someone's come from another door. Hello? Hello? Sounds like someone's just been knocking on the door. Hello? That noise has come from a different room. Sounds like someone's walking down the corridor now. And there's no one even there. This is super freaky, this room. Super freaky. There you go again. Sounds like someone's in the corridor. I've heard white noise. This room is by far the worst. I'm getting a pain in my chest as well. Now you're moving in the corner. It's not fun, this room. Tell you what it is, if you weren't a believer before, and once you come here, f*** me. If you weren't a believer before, you would have when you come in here. It's got me on edge, this room. It sounds like someone says noises come from everywhere. There's noises come from the corridor, there's noises come from the other corner. There's noises come from everywhere. It looks like there's a white figure in the corner. It looks like there's a f***ing white figure in the f***ing... Right, that's it. Oh! It looks like me! Right, that's it. There's a white figure in the corner where the stairs are. There's a f***ing white figure in the corner where the stairs are. I'm telling you now. There's f***ing nothing coming from there. I'm telling you now, this room is by far the worst. It just went darker than what it was before. And there's a white figure in the corner where the stairs are. Right, I don't know if I'm done or not. There's just noises everywhere. The white noise was just the worst out of everything. Then there's that white figure. It looked like a white figure was in the corner of the room. And then there's noises coming from behind us down the corridor on the other bit. There's another bit of noise. Tapping. Can you hear the tapping? This room is really active. I don't know how much longer I'm sort of staying here. Wow, there again. White noise happening again. My mouth is just so dry. There goes the white noise again. The temperature's changed again as well. It goes from hot to cold, hot to cold. It's freezing in here now. And the more I look, the more it's just stuff everywhere. The noises, lights are flicking. The white noise keeps changing. Little flicks off the fire, but I'm guessing that's just the fire, but that's even goes freak now. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. Who's that? I think this is Alan coming back there, but wow, that is sorry for the language, but that has just got me. Well, it doesn't feel as intense as the other room, but it's definitely loads of activity in this room, without a doubt. I think this is Alan there now. God. Hello.
I'm hearing noise.
Hi, Alan. There's no one in here, but I seen a white figure in the corner of that room there.
That's where the staircase is.
And that white noise, I've had noises, and I've had it sound like little kids playing, and I've had another noise I can't explain what it was. That light has never stopped moving. I've also heard noises and footsteps coming from this corridor here.
And you can see right to the end.
I can see that. That's why I come down this. I was stood here at first where this chair was, and as I was turning the corner, because I could hear the white noise, as I looked, it looked like there was a white figure there, and then as that happened, it sounded like someone was coming in. I thought it was one of you, so I walked to the door. There was no one there, and you could still hear it. It sounds like someone was walking down that corridor towards us.
So you could see an empty corridor.
Empty corridor with footsteps walking towards us. I'd hear them. I would hear them. And the reason I went there is because when I seen that white figure in the corner, I wanted to get away from the corner.
Right.
And the noise is coming from that white noise machine. I've never heard anything like it.
I can hear the noise.
One sounded like.
What did you hear?
No, one sounded like.
What's over here?
Yeah. One sounded like a noise, as if like someone was choking, and then others sounded like kids joking and playing, and then another noise I couldn't explain what it was, but it didn't sound human.
What did you feel like when you heard that?
Cold. My blood went and turned to ice. Just turned the ice. I started.
When you saw the white figure, because that is the white lady, and that's her staircase. And
that there was just all of that. There was white. It was just white. Nothing.
Well,
there, did you see that? I didn't have that. Someone. I hope so.
Come in.
Thank for that.
Come with us. Come in. Let's go all the way. He's had all kinds of.
Oh, right. Sound like it sounds like it started. No, it sounded like it started from at least here. That's how long it sounded it took to get the way I was.
When we first arrived, Tony walked this corridor, and that door at the end shut by itself.
Right,
and he walked right up to it. He looked around the front of it.
It would make sense because it sounded like someone had come off the stair. I've only just realised the stairs there. That's what it sounded like. You know, when someone comes off a stair and starts walking up a corridor. That's what it sounded. I didn't even know there was stairs there.
Right.
And that's what I thought. I thought it was one of you coming back in.
Out. What we're doing, we're going to go back and reform. That's a result. He's had all kinds, not just
that was the noises coming on that white noise machine. It sounded like someone was chewing.
Well, as skeptics go, and I see that Ryan's with us tonight, which is brilliant. Cheers, Ryan. Great to see you again, even if it's just a little image. There you go. I done this as I was a non-believer. I believe now, though. Yes, he did. He got it not straight away, because when he first went in there was a period when he was thinking that. You get it a lot from skeptics, that little wry smile in the corner of your mouth where you think, nothing's going to happen here. And to be honest, I've taken skeptics places and nothing has happened. But Crook Hall came super good. So there is Crook Hall. That's our next one.
We need to go back. We need to go back, don't we?
I think it's time for us to split stream. So if you want to continue, and then you'll get all of these shows, not just like our greatest top 10 here. How do people do it, Tony?
Well, yeah, I'm going to put in the chat, if you're on Facebook, just hit the Facebook link and then become a supporter, and part 2 will start. And if you're on YouTube, I'm going to do the same. Just put it in the chat right now. So just follow the link and then there'll be another. Well, we've got 8 more to do, haven't we? And
We
Ken's
have had a
favourite.
few extra bits if we've got time. If not, our next one's going to be blitzing.
And
So
a couple of calls as
we'll
well.
do that. We'll do that too. But stay with us if you can. Become a supporter. Help us if you can. We need your help as much as possible. So spread the word of the owl. We want to do more of these kind of things too. And if you like these, obviously we can't do a top 10 every week. That'd be ridiculous. But we can do similar things. Get more calls on. Get more bits. Your bits. And also, I want to say a big thank you to Paul and Sheena Craig, who dropped this through me letterbox today, as if I could get it on air, and if I was to do it, the show would be off. So we can't put it on, but we'll get it on eventually. I'll get it to Tony, and Tony will work his magic on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are moving straight on to the next.
Yep. Well, we're going to close this stream down, and
Okay.
it'll be starting up on Facebook and YouTube tonight. So just give a few minutes, and we'll be there for the supporters.
So wee break, cup of coffee. We'll be back with you in a minute or two.